Okay, girl, let's get into this because the tea has been piping hot lately and the internet has been in full drag mode. From Ice Spice catching heat for giving Cardi B her flowers to Saweetie talking about pretty punishment. And then we gotta talk about Draya and her young NBA boyfriend having a messy late night fight in the streets of New York. So grab your snacks because we got some things to unpack today. So girl, the internet is currently dragging Ice Spice after she sat down with Keke Palmer and gave Cardi B credit for opening doors for the new generation of female rappers. Let's roll the clip.
What made you say I'm going to take this seriously? Was there a moment or a person that you saw doing something that made you say, maybe I could do a song or this could be a career?
I feel like Cardi B definitely brought back that hope of girls could rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because for a long time, Nicki seemed so unattainable and that's part of the lore too.
Yes.
Of why I was so obsessed, because I'm only she could do it.
So seeing Cardi was okay, especially is she from the Bronx?
She's from the Bronx,
exactly.
yeah.
She's from the Bronx. And so then you started.
Now, let me just say this. I personally don't feel like Ice Spice said anything wrong at all. She was asked the question, she gave an honest answer, and she gave Cardi her flowers, period. But of course, the Barbz are up in arms because they feel like why even bring up Nicki Minaj, especially since Nicki allegedly doesn't rock with Ice Spice anymore. Some people are even twisting her words and saying she shaded Nicki by saying it was only Nicki for so long, as if to accuse Nicki of gatekeeping female rap. And y'all, let's be real here. There's always been rumors and whispers that Nicki didn't want to play nice with other women coming up. Other female rappers have even said similar things in the past, but I don't think that's what Ice Spice was trying to say. To me, it came off like she was just acknowledging history. Nicki really did dominate female rap alone for over a decade, and Cardi's huge mainstream success changed things. Whether you like it or not, Cardi did open doors for new girls to blow up alongside her. At the same time, though, I understand why Nicki fans are defensive because they feel like Nicki paved the way for everybody and she doesn't get the respect she deserves. But honestly, I think people are projecting too much onto what Ice Spice said. She's still new in the game. She probably wasn't trying to start drama. She was just answering the question. And if we're keeping it real, both Nicki and Cardi have shaped the lane that these new girls are eating in today. Ice Spice wouldn't even be here without either one of them. But speaking of female rappers getting dragged online, let's move on to Saweetie because baby, she had the internet calling her delusional after her latest interview. Now moving on to Saweetie because she got people clowning her after an interview where she said she's been counted out since the beginning of her career. The interviewer mentioned how people don't realize how many times she's been dismissed, and Saweetie said while everybody talks about pretty privilege, nobody talks about pretty punishment. Let's play the clip.
Right. I was going to ask you, do you feel like the industry has tried to count you out?
Since I started.
Talk about it, man. Because I think people, look, to be honest, people see you're gorgeous. Mm-hmm. You're getting endless bags. Mm-hmm. You are, listen, that girl, right? I don't think they understand how many doors, how many rejections, how many times people have counted you out.
You know, I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened my whole life. So it's what I deal with in the industry is just, different face, same case.
Oof. Even now?
Yeah.
Sweetie, don't tell me. I don't, you know what? I'm going to, yeah, that's,
But I see it. It shows up in different ways. But I really just have I love reading conspiracy theories or just theories about life. Yeah, not a conspiracy theory, but a theory about life. There is a theory where we talk to God and we sign up for this life.
Right.
And we know what we're doing, and we literally wrote our story before we got here. So when I'm seeing reoccurring things, I'm like, dang, girl, for real?
You wrote this?
I'm like, this is the movie thing. This is the premise. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be losing the plot too, and I'm just like, you know what? Focus. But that's how I interpret those moments. I'm just like, okay, this is a reoccurring thing that keeps showing up. So let me just progress from it, learn from it, grow from it.
Yep.
Don't let it get me down.
I feel like
Girl, the internet wasted no time dragging her, calling her delusional, and saying this isn't about being pretty. This is about your music not being up to par. And honestly, I see both sides, because while I personally do like some of her songs, she definitely has a few cute bops. She's not exactly groundbreaking, and the majority opinion online has been that her music is mediocre. People are always saying she can't rap, she can't perform, and I can't act like I haven't seen those comments since day one. So from that angle, I do think she should take a step back and really focus on her craft if she wants people to take her seriously musically. But at the same time, sis is still getting booked, still getting endorsements, still trending, and still getting money. So clearly, whether we think her music is good or not, she has found her niche and her fan base. Now, when it comes to this idea of pretty punishment, I don't think she's completely making it up, because being a pretty woman in the industry might actually cause jealousy or competition behind the scenes, especially with women in power who don't want to see her shine, or men who might not give her opportunities because she won't play their games. That's a very real possibility. But I also feel like she has benefited way more from pretty privilege than she has suffered from pretty punishment. Because let's be honest, if Saweetie wasn't gorgeous, with her music catalog, would she have blown up this way? Probably not. So I think there's truth in both sides. She's right to an extent, but at the end of the day, her success is proof that privilege has worked more in her favor than against her. And while Saweetie is out here talking about pretty privilege, Draya is in New York showing us what a not so pretty situation looks like. Because girl, she and her man Jalen Green had a whole street fight after Fashion Week. And now girl, let's talk about Draya Michele, because she was spotted having a late night confrontation with her much younger boyfriend, NBA player Jalen Green. So Draya, who's 40, and Jalen, who's 23, were leaving a New York Fashion Week party at around 2 a.m. when things got heated. Witnesses say they had a full-on verbal altercation. Jalen was even heard yelling, "I hate you," at Draya while she was chasing him down the street. Now, this wasn't just a quick spat either. Apparently, the drama went on for several blocks, with their friends having to step in multiple times to calm them down. Like, girl, this is not the type of Fashion Week after party people expected to see. Here's my thing. Relationships with big age gaps are already under a microscope. Draya is a beautiful woman, no doubt, but she's 40 years old dealing with a 23-year-old man who's in the NBA. That's a recipe for drama. He's young, he's in the spotlight, and let's be real, he's probably not ready to settle down. Meanwhile, Draya has been around long enough to know what she wants, so there's bound to be a clash. But seeing them screaming in the streets of New York is not cute, not mature, and definitely not giving what they think it's giving. Public fights like this can easily spiral into something worse, and for Draya especially, it makes her look messy. I feel like if she wants a stable relationship, this might not be it. And for Jalen, this could end up being another headline distraction instead of him focusing on his career. Honestly, this relationship already has people side-eyeing it because of the age difference, and now with this kind of drama playing out in public, it's not going to help their image at all. So yeah, girl, the internet has been busy this week. Ice Spice is getting dragged for giving Cardi her flowers. Saweetie is getting clowned for talking about pretty punishment. And Draya is out here in the streets of New York fighting with her young NBA boyfriend. But now I want to know what y'all think. Was Ice Spice wrong for her comments, or are the Barbz just reaching? Do you think Saweetie is really facing pretty punishment, or is it just the music? And do you think Draya and Jalen can last, or is this relationship doomed from the start? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.